Hey, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Checking 1, 2, 3, making sure that we're coming through here.
Sure can.
Brandon, tell your story.
I don't know. The dude in Australia ate a slug. He got something called rat something worm, some kind of parasite, paralyzed him, and then he just died. He was paralyzed for 8 years.
This wasn't just a regular old garden slug. This was an Australian garden slug.
Well, he was in Australia.
Well, shit,
I don't know.
to say,
I don't know the guy's nationality.
That's what a garden
All
slug.
of this makes
This
so much
is
more
a
sense
garden
now.
slug.
When you said a garden slug, I thought this was some guy from the U.S. that just ate some random slug, and then Australia's on a whole nother level. Come on.
I don't know the slug's nationality. He could have been there on holiday.
True.
You're not presuming the slug's nationality.
Presuming nationality of said garden slug. Well, thank you for watching us. We are the Challengers.
Woo!
You're supposed to you're supposed to do something there.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go. Show your enthusiasm. Yes. My name is Eric. I am the Game Master. Let's start with on as you're watching the screen on over here. That's
Good thing you're not a weatherman.
That's right. That's right. Over here. I mean, over there. This is Shannon.
Nope. That's not how I'm looking at it. Sorry.
Well, that's how he's looking at it on Twitch.
If you're looking on Twitch, this is Shannon. If you're Jason, this is someone else. This is Babs. This is Chris. This is Jason. And this is Brandon.
That's exactly how it shows up on my screen. So,
wow, so yours is correct. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Technology.
Yep. All right. So this is episode 1 because we did our session 0 last time, which was last week, and now we are together for the very first session of the Challengers. What I am going to do is in order. Let's do Shannon, Chris, Babs, Brandon, Jason. I want you to tell everybody what your character's superhero name is, but also what your character's real or alter ego name is, because this episode you don't have any powers. So you are not superheroes yet. You may have skills, but you do not have powers. So in Mutants and Masterminds terms, we're going to use the same power level of the campaign, just minus whatever they have in their power set. So all their power sets are going to be wiped away for just this particular instance. Okay, all right, Shannon, we'll start with you. Character, real name, and what is your hero name?
I am playing Arctic Flare. That's my hero name, not my real name. I like to do things out of order.
Well,
No, you're doing it right. That's what you said first.
Yes, Magneto would say that is your real name, right?
Yeah. All right. So I'm playing Arctic Flare. Her real name is Dr. Adine Alba.
Dr. Alba. Okay, that's Shannon. All right, Chris.
My hero's name is The Deception, and his actual name is Dirk O'Halloran.
Oh, Dirk. Dirk O'Halloran. Okay. All right, Babs.
I am playing Machismo, and my real name is Raul Mondeso.
Raul Mondeso. Okay. All right. Brandon.
I don't have a real name yet because I didn't know I was supposed to.
Ah.
I literally just I slaved over this character, but I forgot an actual name. I'm playing Yokozuna.
Yokozuna. Okay. All right. And
I'll come up with a real name pretty quick.
okay.
Yoko Ono.
Yoko, yes. You can just use the last name Ono. There you go.
Good. My superpower is destroying the Beatles. That's pretty good.
And creating really good music.
That's right.
It's avant-garde. You don't understand it.
That's right. You wouldn't. Your small mind would not understand. Okay. And Jason.
My character's name is apparently Silver Star, and I think the some kind of like Don Draper ad agency must have come up with that.
Of course.
And my character's real name is Pedro Pete Grant. So that's it. There you go.
All right, so you go by Pete. Okay. All right. Well, of course, an ad agency came up with a superhero name like Silver Star. How can you get much better than that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are named after the highest honor that your father received in World War II.
Yeah, but I hate my dad because he's a douche. Because he left my mom.
Doesn't matter.
He left my mom.
Doesn't matter.
And my character also has
That's like saying
middle name.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Audie Murphy Jr. probably hated his dad, but it doesn't matter.
Is there an Audie Jr.?
Doesn't matter. Shut up.
I thought he got his junk blown off in the war.
No, just his shins.
Oh.
Eric, is my guy Asian?
You know what? He doesn't necessarily have to be. The reason being is his name is Yokozuna because he is a former sumo champion. But as many people know, you don't necessarily have to be Asian to be a sumo wrestler. Some of the greatest ones are Polynesian.
Yokozuna is a title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Also a wrestler.
Yes, also a wrestler.
At some point in the 80s.
We're in the 60s. The term is wrestler.
Wrestler. Actually, the actual date is it's going to be August of 1957. We had initially talked about starting at 1960, but I'm rolling it back 3 years to do this origin episode. So, as we are starting out, you are en route to Barbago. Barbago is a Caribbean island, just off the coast of the Dominican Republic.
I can't wait to science the fuck out of that place.
You will science the fuck out of this place. Just as a disclaimer, this campaign is set in a pseudo Earth as we know it, very much like the DC universe. So there's going to be some cities are not. There's going to be some fictitious cities and locations, and Barbago is a fictitious island. But in the context of this, it is an island that is used. It's a vacation island for the most part. That is frequented by the rich and famous. So, its claim to fame is two things: the Barbago Royale Hotel, which is a 5-star hotel and casino, as well as once a year they have the Regatta Barbago, which is a very famous yacht race. And you are headed to Barbago just in time for this yacht race, but you're not all there for that reason. As a matter of fact, none of you, meaning Dr. Alba or Mr. Grant, Mr. Halloran, and Mr. Brandon still doesn't have a name, so we'll keep going. So you guys are actually going there at the behest of your employers. And Dr. Alba and Mr. Grant, you both work for let me find it here in my notes. You work for the International Atomic Energy Agency as well. You're part of that. You're working directly with a Dr. Rudolph Weiss, who works for the Oppenheimer Partnership, and he is actually one of the board members of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Now, this is 1957, so atomic energy testing has been going on for quite a few years. As a matter of fact, just last month, or a couple of months ago, there was a major hydrogen bomb testing done by the Brits just off of Australia in the Indian Ocean. So the nuclear arms race is in full effect. So you are now headed towards Barbago with a representative of this Oppenheimer partnership and the IAEA for the purpose of meeting with some representatives of other foreign dignitaries, because there has been some new technology that's been uncovered, and there are people very, very interested in it. So those of you with technical know-how are being brought in to inspect some of this stuff. Mr. O'Halloran, you are there purely for a different reason. Because of your contacts with the agency, you know that malice may be involved. And I'll let you explain what malice is.
Well, we definitely don't want that to happen. Malice is an international crime agency, and Malice is actually an acronym. It stands for the Master Alliance Legion of International Criminal Enterprises. And me and my fellow friends at the agency have been working diligently to try and thwart a number of their plans of late. And if they're here looking for some new experimental atomic technology, that can't be good at all. Either we don't want them to either A, use it or sell it on the black market.
Yeah,
that would go counter to the interests of our great nation.
So, yes, Mr. O'Halloran is explaining this to you en route from, you left Miami, and you are about to land on Barbago, at the Barbago airstrip. Brandon, your character is there purely as hired security, because you are the bodyguard of one of the other dignitaries, is Archibald Alsop, who is the U.S. He's a U.S. representative of Wisconsin. And what makes him so important is Mr. Alsop is actively running for the newly vacated U.S. Senate seat that was just vacated by Joseph McCarthy, who just died.
What's Archibald's last name?
Alsop, Allsup, Alsop.
Okay.
And he is on the island, you say?
He's on the plane with you.
He's on the plane. Okay.
Yeah. So you're getting ready to land at the airstrip, and that's when Mr. O'Halloran is telling you all about this malice group, because Representative Alsop is like, Mr. O'Halloran, what is this? I keep hearing about this group called Malice. Some people are saying that they're a myth and whatnot. So you explain, as you just did, about Malice, and he says,
and he's a senator, correct?
He's a U.S. representative.
Okay.
But he's actively he's running because they had to do a special election because of the death of McCarthy.
Right.
So he's running for the Republican seat,
Gotcha.
under the Republican Party for McCarthy's seat on this special election. So
Dirk will, once he finishes his briefing on these, and he'll also remind everybody that because it's an international agency, there's no easy way to identify members of their organization. They could be from the dark depths of the sub-Saharan to Southeast Asia to Northern Europe to South America to North America. It doesn't matter. Malice spans the globe, so their agents could look and behave like anyone. So we need to all be on our guards. And Representative Alsop, if I was you, I understand that you have to do what you have to do and be a public face when you're out here, sir. But with all due respect, if it comes time to move, if we tell you to move, you need to move for your own personal safety, sir.
All right. He nods and he says, "Well, I have my Secret Service agent here," and he taps Brandon's character, which he says, "I'm in very good hands, but I appreciate the information, absolutely."
Of course.
So, and then he looks over at Dr. Alba and Mr. Grant and says, "Now I understand that Dr. Weiss is already there, and he is your boss."
He's who we're working, both of us, Jason.
I'm just a kid. I'm just 16.
Well, you're 16. It's true. He is 16, but he already has his PhD from Harvard.
Damn.
So, I'm smart.
Yeah.
Really smart.
Yeah, he's the what's his the guy from Big Bang.
Sheldon?
Yeah,
Sheldon.
you're the Sheldon.
I was going to say Doogie Howser, but Sheldon's probably a little more current.
Yeah.
I'll go with Doogie.
So so he actually looks at Dr. Alba and is asking that question, and he sees Pete sitting next, and he says, "Is this your son?"
No, this is a fellow coworker. I know he doesn't look like much, but he's rather intelligent.
What do you mean I don't look like much?
You look like a child. I look down at him.
Well, I'm technically a minor. That is correct, but I'm...
I am your adult supervision right now.
Okay.
I mean, you being a genius doesn't
Am
make
I
you
not?
look any better.
Yeah.
You're a fucking kid, and it sounds like you're a dumb, smart-ass kid as far as social cues go.
Brain trumps beauty every time, son, so don't worry about it.
I was trying to give you props. I was saying that you...
Something ugly people say.
You're trying to give me props for saying I don't look like much. I know where you're coming from. You're just like every other dame.
Let's show a little respect
What
for
do
the
you know
lady
about
here, son.
dames?
Just what I've read in the comics, lady.
So,
Shake my head at him.
Archie kind of looks over at Pete, gives him a kind of a little bit of a nod, and he says, "You have some spunk there, kid. I like you."
Thank you.
So, but you're obviously of some importance in that Dr. Weiss specifically asked that you accompany Dr. Alba. So I'll trust his judgment. I've known Archie, or I've known Rudy for many years. So if he's okay with you, I'm okay.
And then I started babbling on about quantum mechanics and there's new breakthroughs and quarks and neutrinos and gibberty jabber that I don't know shit about. So,
So you say smart shit is what you're saying.
right, I say smart stuff. I rolled a 20, Eric.
All right.
I would join in with this conversation. I wouldn't let him just babble. I would make it an actual conversation.
All right. So you start to discuss the recent hydrogen bomb testing that's been going on in the
By the Brits.
the British. And as a matter of fact, about a little over a month ago, there was a bit of a nuclear scare in Albuquerque. There was a hydrogen bomb fell off of a bomber and landed just outside of Albuquerque, and not a whole lot of people know about that. So you, as you start talking about it, that's when the representative is like, "Oh, we need to, we need to not discuss these such things. You have to. We are on foreign soil, so I will remind everyone that state secrets need to be kept secret."
Just stay in the States, people.
Loose lips sink ships.
Exactly. All right. So what you do is you prepare for landing, and you actually land on an island, just like a small island just off the main island that is purely for landing airplanes. And then once you've deplaned, then you're led to helicopter pad, and there's 2 helicopters sitting there, and they load you into the helicopters, and you fly to the actual casino. At this point in time, none of you probably have ever actually. Well, you one or two of you may have seen a helicopter, but none of you have ever ridden in a helicopter. So it's kind of a unique experience so now you're flying over the island itself, and
you're saying it goes up and then forward. How exactly does that work, pilot?
I explained it to him. Oh, I guess if I can't hear him, I don't.
No, you can talk. You've got a headset on.
Oh yeah, I completely I explained it to him. I explained the mechanics behind it. Again, I also don't know anything about how helicopters work.
So
I say something smart.
Stuff.
So more smart shit. Okay.
Do I need to make a roll to make sure I don't blow chunks?
You don't have any kind of quirks like sour stomach or anything like that, do you?
I'm gonna change my character name to Chunks.
Chunks.
Just so we know.
So that way, whenever anybody says he blows chunks.
Yeah, that's me. I got you.
Perfect.
I don't see anything about that, Eric. No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I think your character's he doesn't have anything. So no, it's not. There's not a whole lot of turbulence or anything like that. It's very soothing once you get kind of over as long as you don't have fear of heights or anything like that. And of course, the island itself is it's a tropical paradise. So you've got white sand beaches. You've got this very elegant, large hotel. And then there's paths that roads that lead into some of the hills and whatnot, and you see that there's a few villas around. So and as you're going over the north coast of this island, you're seeing just a ton, probably about 100 yachts of various sizes, just all in this marina. Some of them are set apart from others, and as you're flying, the pilot says, the regatta is tomorrow. So, are you guys in here to see the race, huh? I got all kinds of money on it.
Who's your favorite to win?
All right, he says, it's the blue one down there. That one. That's she's called Long Legs, the long-legged lady. So
looks like a fine ship.
Who drives it? Dr. Alba doesn't know
anything about boats. Yeah,
about boat terms.
He says, "Well, you don't really drive a boat, ma'am. You pilot it, and there's a whole team. It's sales and everything. It's a whole crew. You'll get to meet some of them. They mingle a bit down in the casino, and there's like a meet and greet and everything like that tonight. If you want to get close to some of the teams and see maybe who you want to bet on." So,
I want to bet on Suck My Wake.
I don't believe they're in the race here, Kitty. I don't know.
That'd be a good name for a boat, though.
Suck My Wake. Yeah, probably. Nobody would bet on you though with a name like that.
I'd be out in front. That's the purpose. They'd have to suck my wake.
You're such a fucking turd.
All right, so the helicopters do another pass because they're used to. If you're not arriving by yacht, you're probably a tourist and marveling at the grandeur of the whole place. So the helicopters then land at the landing pad at the hotel, and you see tuxedoed servants and other staff moving towards the helicopters to come and get your
I
luggage.
lean over and I whisper to Pete, so hopefully so no one else can hear besides him. I'm like, you got to be on your best behavior. I do too.
I'm being good.
I know, but look how fancy this place is.
I brought my best dungarees. It'll be okay.
I don't know what dungarees are.
I believe they're pants.
Yeah, they're not chinos.
I've got chinos too,
They're a 1950s version of Tough Skins.
and I brought boat shoes.
There you go. Because you're getting on boat.
Right.
Dirk is going to be scanning the crowd. He is in total agent mode right now, and he's trying to see if anybody is. He's basically trying to peg marks. Just see who looks suspicious, see who looks like they don't like they're here to work, see who looks like they're here for other purposes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
All right. So is this all, since I have zero knowledge of the rule system, is this all D20 based?
Yes.
It is D20. You roll D20 plus your perception, and you're looking for.
And so that would be a 22.
Nice. All right. So as you're scanning the crowd, watching over to see if there's anything amiss, or perhaps anybody you might have seen a rap sheet on or something like that, and you lock eyes with Raul Mondeso, I'm sorry, who's standing amongst some of the people that are, as you're walking into this grand hotel, marble floors, the whole, it's 5-star all the way.
Am I already looking at him?
Oh yeah, I
want to already be looking at him while he's scanning, and he sees me, and I give him a little wink.
Yeah, and you know that Mondeso, it is reported, at least through the agency, that Mondeso has ties to Malice.
Ooh.
All right, I'll make a mental note, and when he winks at me, I'll give him a little upwards head nod, so it'll be a response of, and then I'll make a mental note and continue on.
Okay, you are led to the intake desk, where you see a very fancy man, dark complected, white suit, and he looks you in the eye and he says, "Bonjour, I am Mr. Rousseau. I am your liaison here today. Would you like to go directly to your rooms? I could have your luggage sent directly up. If you wish to visit the casino or whatever your pleasure, I am here to serve you."
That sounds excellent, Mr. Rousseau. Thank you so much. It's me and the rest of them behind me. The senator here, or the congressman, he'll be taking care of any incidentals in regards to your services, what you're doing here. But
very well. Alsop says, "Yes, please show us to our rooms, and then we'll meet back down here after we've freshened up a little bit."
Excellent. And his first name is Archibald?
Yeah. So he goes, he's perfectly okay with you addressing him as either Congressman or just Archie.
Or Archie. How is he related to Bob?
Bob,
or
also?
Is he? Yeah.
He is a cousin of Bob Alsop.
Gotcha. All right. Just making sure.
Right. Okay. So after freshening up, unless you have something that you want to do, you go off to your rooms. You're led into a guest wing that is, it's hard to tell if one's better than the other, but it seems like, the suites are humongous. There's enough rooms for each person off of the main suite. Raul, what are you doing as they start walking off?
We saw each other at the same dock, right?
Well, he walked in. They walked into the hotel's waiting area, and that's where you saw them. You were already in the hotel.
Oh, I'm heading to the casino.
Okay, so you head into the casino. Any particular game you're interested in, or what's your fancy?
craps.
Okay, so you go to the crap table and start. People move aside as you walk up and make a spot for you. And you see the pit boss kind of give you a nod because he knows who you are. And the crew start, gathering the bets and everything like that. And one of the cocktail waitresses comes up to you and says, "Bonjour." And she holds out her tray as if to give you your drink.
Hola. And I go to, so she already has a drink for me.
Mm-hmm.
Is she handing it to me, or is it on?
It's on a tray. She has it on a tray, and it's all by itself. It's like a flute of champagne or whatever you would normally drink.
So I take it and gracias, and I give her a little pat on the butt.
All right, she kind of gives you a little wiggle of the head, and she looks at the base of your glass, kind of glances at it real quick, and then gives you another look and gives you a nod and walks off.
So I look inside the champagne glass as I'm taking a sip.
Yep, and there is certainly something attached to the bottom, so the underside of your glass.
Okay. So I sip the champagne, and I'm holding it actually at the bottom of the glass now, and I've put my money on the table, and I'm getting getting ready to roll. And I want to throw the dice before we do anything else.
Okay.
What was that, 2d6? How do I roll on this? 2d6.
If you're talking about on Roll20, you're using that.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah, you can do it in the chat. You can just say roll 2d6.
2d6. 3 and a 5.
Okay. All right. So you rolled an 8, and everybody, there's a couple people like, because now you gotta keep going until you roll another 8, or you crap out.
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
You crap out. Yeah. So everybody's like, whoa.
It happens, and I take the note, and I'm very, it doesn't faze me at all. Let's say I lost like $5,000 or something just now, and I'm just like, whatever. And I'm looking at the note now.
All right, yeah, the note, all it is just a room number.
Ooh, what room number?
It is 214.
Okay. So I'll finish my champagne, and I'll set it down, and I'll start heading that way.
Okay.
Do I have anything with me? Like, did I bring anything with me?
You tell me. I mean,
I feel like
you would have regular clothes and things like that, but
I feel like that'd be taken. But do I a briefcase that's important or anything?
Sure.
Okay,
that's totally fine. You can have that
right.
With a weapon of some sort inside.
Sure, like a concealed dagger or something.
Sure. All right. So you finish your drink, and then you are doing what now?
I'm taking the elevator to 214.
The second floor. Okay. So you're headed towards the elevator, right? Everybody else, you're in your suite, and the congressman comes out.
Shouldn't I be outside the congressman's door, or am I actively working right now, or no?
You are actively working, but it's a suite. So I mean, once you get inside the suite itself, the congressman has his own room, and then everyone else has their rooms too.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So as you're standing there,
is Dr. Weiss in the suite as well?
Not yet. As a matter of fact, as you're finishing up, cleaning up, and just getting settled and whatnot, Brandon, you're sitting in the common room, and there is a knock on the door.
I will go and peek through the little hole.
Okay. You see all you see is the top of someone's head, who is probably about 4 feet tall, and he's bald except for little tufts of hair like on either side.
And I will say, look up.
You see this mousy looking guy with little wire glasses look up and he says, "Oh, I am Dr. Weiss. I am Dr. Weiss. I'm expected."
Are we expecting Dr. Weiss?
He was the you've heard the name. Yeah, he's on the list. The only other person who's part of this group that didn't make the trip was a Dr. Weiss who was already here.
Okay. I will open the door but stand in the opening and ask for identification.
Okay. He comes up to about, because you're what, 6'4", 6'5", something like that. So he comes up to about mid belly, and he's looking up and he's like, "Oh," and he seems a little intimidated at first, and then he just kind of reaches into his coat and he pulls out identification. And it's Dr. Rudolph Weiss. And he nods and he kind of gives you a smile.
Very well, Dr. Weiss. Come in and have a seat in the common area.
Thank you. You have.
I want to pat him down.
Oh, ooh, okay. Says, ooh.
Anything I need to know about weapons? Anything I need to know about?
No, he's not packing anything, but he certainly seems to enjoy the few moments you have together. And then
It was enchanting.
So, ooh, I am perspiring. What is your name? I don't believe we've met.
I'm Shohei. Just have a seat.
Shohei, huh? Well, I am very, very, very nice to meet you, Mr. Shohei. Is my are my colleagues here?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh, good. Have you any beer, or cognac, or anything stronger?
Schnapps?
Who said that? He looks around.
Jason. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have anything you want.
Says, "Is that you, Pete? Peter? Pedro?
I'm hiding under the bed.
You cannot hide for long."
I come crawling out. I got
My boy.
an Atomic Man comic in my hands.
Really?
Have we worked with Dr. Weiss before?
Oh yeah, Dr. Weiss.
Okay.
He's the one. He was a professor, and he actually was the one that brought Pete to Harvard.
Okay.
He recruited Pete, so they are very close. They've known each other for several years.
So it's Dr. Weiss, he's a smart guy.
He's a good friend, and he's taking care of your mama, in that he's given her plenty of money, and he's taking care of her, if you know what I mean. So
I encourage that. That's perfectly fine. I like Dr. Weiss.
He swore to your mama that there would be nothing going on, nothing bad would happen to her little boy.
I hope not. That would be bad.
Yep.
What's going to happen? We're on island paradise.
Nothing can happen here.
Exactly.
We are perfectly safe. Perfectly.
Yep.
Dr. Alba, you know Dr. Weiss only by reputation mostly, but for whatever reason, when the Oppenheimer the Oppenheimer partnership founded a year ago, your name was on the top of the list, and you found out that it was Dr. Weiss who recommended that you come and work for this very exclusive think tank. So
Okay, but I haven't met him.
you've met him before, and you had to interview with him, but you don't work directly with him in as much as Pete does. But you know him enough that you've been to mixers and parties and you know backer events and shit like that. So you're friendly enough.
Okay. So I agree. Dr. Weiss, it's so good to see you again.
He spins around and he goes, Dean, you scared me.
I look forward to working with you. Truly working with you.
Well,
for the first time.
yes, it would be very fun. There's a regatta here, and I didn't know that when we were coming here. We're going to get to see a yacht race. Have you ever seen a yacht race before?
I've never seen a yacht race.
Oh, it's so exciting. The cruise, and it's going to be hot. So the cruise, they take their shirts off and they tend to work best.
Oh, so it's going to be hot.
That hot too, yes. Pete,
Yes.
we might be able to get a tour of one or two of the ships if you would like to see it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Have you
What kind of ship?
met a sailor before?
No.
They know how to have a good time.
I
Okay.
don't like where this is going.
I was a sailor.
What kind of game are you trying to play here?
In the Navy, you can meet your fellow man.
That's right.
Wait a
In the
minute.
Navy,
Wait a minute.
you can
That's
shake
right.
hands.
Shannon, your character's my guardian, right?
What? Oh, Pete. So anyway, he turns and he sees Dirk coming out of his room, and he goes, "Oh!" And you see this little runty man in a kind of a disheveled suit, little round spectacles. He smiles. "And you are?" And he points at Shohei. Is he a friend of yours, Shohei?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh. He holds out his hand. "I am Dr. Rudolph Weiss, and you are?" Says it to you, Dirk.
Oh, he's talking to me? Oh, I'm sorry.
So Dirk's just kind of standing there, like looking over his head.
Yeah, Dirk will finally break out of his own personal reverie. He'll come back from his most recent mission and the PTSD he was just working through, and he'll shake his hand. Oh, yes, Dr. Weiss, Dirk O'Halloran. Pleasure to meet you. I've heard good things about you and your studies, I guess would be the best way to say that, sir.
Thank you. Dirk. Dirk is a very interesting name. I like that name, Dirk.
Thank you. Yeah, I got it from my parents.
Very nice. Very good. Is everyone ready to go downstairs? We have a few people I would like for you to meet. He says the
Not the sailors, right?
Oh no, that's later. No. I have a very nice woman for you to meet. Her name is Valerie Gross. She's part of the agency which just recently started the nuclear agency. The atomic agency that we just got funding and started, and she's the reason why we're here is because she was actually coming here and had been here and encountered some of what we are to inspect. Apparently, some of the local authorities recovered some of something from a guest's luggage. It was leaking some material, and they had to quarantine it. So, yes. So, if you would all be so kind and gather your things, and we will meet Miss Gross right away.
What was it leaking, Professor?
Well, it seemed like it was a coolant. That was our main concern. So when I first arrived, I made sure that the personnel and the visitors here weren't in any danger. But I did have to have the item moved off of the hotel property. Because it could be dangerous, and I wanted to make sure that no one would get hurt. So it is in a safe.
You get moved off the hotel property and to an entirely different island miles from here, correct?
Well, not entirely different island. It's the same island, but in a villa just on the other side of the mountain. So it's Trust me. He kind of pats you and he says, "Oh, Pete, you know I believe in the safety before anything else. You know, so I wouldn't put all of these people in danger if you know."
Where is this? Where is this individual now who had the leaking luggage?
He is in custody. He is in the authorities' custody, awaiting a representative of his consulate to arrive. So yes, he is an Australian gentleman, and so it will be some time before his representative comes to get him.
So while this conversation has been going on, I'm getting a little like a toolkit ready, like with like different tests and different tools I might need. So basically, even though we're just going to meet the lady and we might not necessarily be going to check out the device yet, I'm going to be ready. If she suggests going to see it, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. All right. So, as you start, so all of you are going. Mostly the representative, the congressman says, "Oh, I'm very interested in seeing this. If it was something that could potentially be used, or he kind of looks at Dirk and he says, "Is there any indication or word that anything undue was happening around here?"
No direct indication, sir, but I did spot at least one person I know who does have ties to Malice, so I know that they're here. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's here for this, but it certainly raises some suspicion. And what Dr. Weiss said was a little unsettling. I'm inclined to go and question this individual myself. I mean, if you'll permit me to depart the group here, but if you want me to stick together, I completely understand.
Well, let's see to this first. I think that it would probably be best. I'd rather have experienced eyes, especially one with your reputation,
Certainly,
to at least maybe even translate some of this whatever they're talking about. Kind of filter it. He looks over and he says, "Shohei, we'll make our way to the car, and then from there we'll take two vehicles. The scientists will be in one, and then we'll be in the other."
As you wish, sir.
Perfect.
All right. So
it's because he's sick of me and Pete babbling on about.
Exactly. Put the nerds together.
By the way, I whisper to Miss Alba, we need to evacuate.
We don't know that yet, Pete.
No, I just know. This is going to be bad.
I'm going to switch to a transition page for just a second, just so I can open up something. There we go. I just didn't want to.
Transition.
Okay. There we go. All right. So, there we go. All right. So, Raul, what happens is you go up to this room and you get right up to the door, and the door cracks before you even start to knock on it, or even before you even approach it. You see it kind of goes and opens up a little bit, and you see this beady eye of somebody looking like down the hall towards in your direction. And as you like you step out of the elevator and you see this person peeking through this door of this room that you were given the number for, and he kind of sticks his hand out at the door and kind of goes, "Come here," with his finger. And then
so I put my cigarette out in one of the ashtrays in the hall.
Sure.
And I continue on.
Okay. As you get to the door, you smell cigarette smoke, but not decent cigarettes. More, well, I shouldn't say not decent, but certainly
It's like cigarillos or something.
Right. Yeah. They're like it's like little cigars.
Okay.
Swisher Sweets.
Yes. Some swishers. Right. All right. So you go to the door. The door opens up, and it's dark inside, except for you can see that some of the windows have been covered with heavy drapes and whatnot, and it's just like low-hanging smoke in this room. As this person probably has not opened the door, opened the window, or anything like that, and just been sitting here smoking the whole time.
So this person's been like shut in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So he you see him, and he looks really rough because he's like, 5 o'clock shadow. It's like a 10 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
And he's
Greasy and shit.
Yeah, his hair's all greasy and like matted to his head, and he's got this. He's looks like he's just lit up another of these brown cigarettes, and he's looking at you, and he goes, Mondeso.
Yes. Do you mind if I smoke?
This is go right ahead.
I open up a silver cigarette case and I'm getting one out and I light it up and I'm kind of looking around to see if I can see anything since it's so dark in here. Maybe my lighter lights up or something. And I'm looking around and trying to get a feel for the room.
Okay. For whatever reason, Brandon's camera flipped spots, so I'm just doing a little bit of maintenance here for everybody on the screen.
My mistake. I didn't think anybody wanted to see me eat a cookie.
No, but it's fine. But when you switched over, it did something. So now, so you and Jason on the screen swap places. So now I've got to figure out which one's which.
It's so weird you can't just like drag us and.
Well, I normally can, but it's just not. It's not working that way.
It's fun to watch him move around on the Twitch stream, though.
Yeah. He just moved again.
Jason's now like split in between. it's basically Jason's forehead in the window. Oops, there's Brandon.
All right, so you're talking to the guy. Okay, I think we're good. All right, sorry about that, everybody. So
you wanted to see me?
All right, he says, Mondeso. He says, I am Canel.
Oh, you're the man I came to see.
He says, we have a problem.
No problems.
No, don't give me any of your bullshit. We have problems. The package is in the wind.
What you mean?
The fucking package. It's in the fucking wind. It's been confiscated. How you say? Those rat fucks. They got it.
You want to tell me how this happened?
Yeah, the man that you sent, the man that orchestrated all of this, he fucked up, and the goddamn package was broken. The goddamn cops, they saw it, they found it.
This is not good.
They've taken it to a villa on the other side of the mountain. The goddamn G-men are here.
Who would they take it to?
What do you mean, who do they take it to? They take it to the fucking cops.
No. Where is it right now? Is it in the consulate or is it in the...
No, you fuck. It's on the other side of the mountain. It's in a villa. It's locked up. It's like Fort fucking Knox.
How do you suggest we get it out?
And now my nuts are twisted sideways.
So I at this point, I've put the cigarette down on the ground and put it out with my shoe, burning the carpet. I'm
okay. Yeah, he follows your lead. He does it too.
So what is the plan to get it out of there?
The goddamn plan is we need to go and fucking get it. We need to kill all of those fucking G-men, and we need to do it now. He lights another cigarette.
I've just arrived, right? Like I just got here.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, within a few hours.
Okay. So I just get here, and the first news I hear is that you fucked up.
Well, why didn't you come up here to begin with instead of go down and pinching ass?
I thought you were capable men. I didn't think you needed me. What skill set do I have to help with something like this?
Oh, you're a cocksucker.
Wow.
This is not good. You know they're not going to like this.
No, they are not. I'm surprised we're not dead already. And then he goes, and you see he's holding a cigarette, and he just kind of he puts his hand down, and it's kind of dangling there for a second, and then he goes, "Oh shit!" And then the cigarette just falls out of his mouth. He goes, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!" And he starts digging through like wrappers and old room
Just trash,
just room
basically.
service trash and shit like that. And he's like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!"
Calm down, man. What's the problem?
All right, he reaches under, he crawls under the bed, and all you see is his shoes as he's like trying to find something. He pulls out what looks like a small box, and he says, he holds it up. He says, I was supposed to call and tell them you were here. They already know that the package is in the wind.
Ay, Dios mío. This is the worst operation I've ever been a part of. This is terrible. What were you doing this whole fucking time?
I'll get the Jeep.
Yes, get the fucking Jeep. I guess, yeah, that'll solve our problems. What are we going to do?
We need to
Just you and I are going to go down there and get this thing back ourselves?
Did you bring a gun?
No, I didn't bring a fucking gun. What the fuck? I thought you guys were set up here. I come here and nothing. All of this is fucking shit. I have a fucking briefcase. I have luggage with my fucking shoes in it and a fucking knife. Could you please do something to fucking help us? It seems like you had no contingency at all.
I am just a cog in this fucking game.
Get the fucking Jeep. Come on, let's go. Let's go and do whatever the fuck it is you wanted to do.
Fine. Dirty bastard. He starts walking out. He stops for a minute, starts rooting around in a bag like a duffel bag, and he's like, and then you hear a rattle, and he pulls out some keys.
No me gusta. I don't know a lot of Spanish. I would like to curse. Let's just say I say.
I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say you would like to curse?
I would like to curse in Spanish. I have no idea how to say it.
Because I was going to ask, will there be swearing on this stream? I'm not sure.
I've already dropped an F-bomb.
Yeah,
I did too. So
yeah, unfortunately, we are rated R. Yeah, so that's where we'll stay.
I, as a person, am rated R.
All right, so he just tears ass down the hallway, and he doesn't even go to the elevator. He just runs. You hear him running down the stairs. All right, so the rest of you are now en route, and you arrive at this villa. It takes about a good. The damn island itself is. What did I say? It is 7 miles long.
Can we be in like the cars they had on Fantasy Island without the doors?
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
the station wagon
the
without the doors.
Range Rover looking things. Yeah. So yeah, you're like,
Yes. Nice.
You and of course the road to this villa is just a rutted dirt track that goes to this villa on the other side of the mountain. So you drive up, and as you're arriving, you see a man in what looks like a police uniform. It's like a brown and black police uniform, and he's like holding up his hands. He's got the sunglasses on. He's holding up his hand as you're driving up. So, Shohei, you're driving in the first car, so you're the first one that's going to talk to this cop. And he's holding out his hand, and he says, in English, in like perfect, American English, he says, "I need this is private property."
I don't know what to do.
No, sir.
Congressman says we're supposed to be here. Let us through.
All right. He says, he looks, says, ID. So everybody starts, like, holds up their ID. All right. He looks at it and he goes, wait one. He steps back, gets on the radio, comes back. He says, all right, follow this. You're going to make the first left. Do not keep going straight. That'll lead right off the cliff. Just make that first left, and you'll see a guy. He'll wave you into the garage.
Sorry.
Thank you.
All right, so you drive in, and the garage is wide open, and you see that there's another uniformed guy, and then there's a woman standing there. And as you guys all pull in and get out, Alsop is like, yeah, he kind of looks over at Shohei and Dirk, and he goes, is this a Secret Service operation? Is this an agency operation? What's going on here?
I just look at Dirk. Shohei absolutely knows nothing. He's big and strong. So.
That's
yes.
Dirk will just say, "That's not important. Let's just see what we're here to see."
Okay. All right. So he nods. Okay, fine. The other Range Rover pulls into the garage, and the scientists are in there, and you see as you're pulling up, Dr. Weiss, he says, "Oh, it's Valerie. And the woman nods, and she's very, she doesn't know the subtle art of putting herself up. You can tell that she's probably kind of neglected some of that aspect of like personal grooming and things like that.
That's what you gotta do to be taken serious in the science field.
In this man's world, right? So she sees you, sees you, and then she looks at Dr. Alba, and her eyes widen and kind of get taken aback a little bit, like, oh. And as everybody files out, the professor's like, oh, it's Valerie. These are my people. These are the ones I told you about. And she says, it's very nice to meet all of you. And she keeps looking at Dr. Alba. You're Adine Alba, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
She says, I read your paper on theoretical thermodynamics.
Oh, what'd you think?
Derivative. And she turns and walks off.
Bitch.
Damn!
I started to get jealous, and now I don't feel so bad.
Pete's over there going, yeah, it is kind of derivative. You're right.
Yeah.
I turned to Pete, and I'm like, I knew it was a little, in the middle for a little bit. I lost kind of my flow, but like, come on, it's not derivative.
Well, technically, yes.
What the fuck kind of answer is that?
You didn't break any new ground, Nadine. Let's be honest.
What was Valerie's last name?
Oh, Valerie Gross.
Dr. Gross?
No, she's master's degree. She doesn't PhD.
So did she turn and walk away, or just turn?
She just turned, kind of like, oh, I don't see you.
I say, oh, Ms. Gross, have you met Dr. Grant?
All right.
Hi.
She turns and she says,
I'm still a virgin.
That's right. Miss Gross is as well.
all right. You see the uniformed guy standing next to her, kind of gives her a side eye, like maybe not for long. And then he goes, he kind of chuckles a little bit. He says, if you're all just please follow me, we can get this taken care of. I don't want my men here longer than they have to be. He says, we've with the with the minister away, we've been granted access to his house. I advise all of you not to touch anything, as there are some rather expensive and rare antiques here. So keep your dick beaters off. And he's looking right at Pete. Fuzz nuts. And he turns and walks off. Follow me.
I already have switched my internal switch I have that goes from momming Pete to colleague to Pete. And I'm like kind of like, come on, Pete. And kind of trying to shepherd him. I'm like, we're here to look at some really cool stuff.
I don't want to touch stuff now.
What are you doing?
Keep your hands to yourself, kid.
He told me not to touch things, and now I want to touch things.
Come on.
Just keep touching your face. You'll be fine.
That's exactly how that works.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing the parent thing. Like I have my hand like right on his neck, like not necessarily parent. It's more like a teacher thing.
Great. Now I have to put my traffic keeper in front of my crotch.
I don't think the traffic keeper's out.
Well, my binder, whatever they had back then, canvas binder.
Yeah, it's just a canvas binder. All right. So anyway, this cop or company man or whoever he is, he leads you inside, and he immediately takes you down a flight of stairs into a basement and into this pretty wide looking like underground garage. And you can see that at one time it had probably quite a few very expensive cars in it, because it even has like an elevator where you'd pull the car up and it would like raise it up to the actual, the ground level garage, and you could drive it out of there. So you're led to this garage that you can just tell by the way it looks and everything that it at one time had a bunch of probably very expensive cars. They are not there anymore. And in here is looks like a lead-lined case sitting right in the middle. And then as you walk into this open area, let's roll a perception check. Let's play around with this a little bit. So,
Is it okay if I roll a real D20?
that's absolutely fine. You're not locked into roll 20 at this point.
I got a 10.
Okay. And those of you rolling virtually, just call out what you make.
21.
14.
Okay. Brandon, what'd you get?
It's like a 3.
Okay. All right. So Dirk, you're the only one that notices this, mostly because as you walk in, there's like I said, there's this lead line case, and the top has been propped open a little bit, and both doctors are like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't notice because I'm getting so excited. I'm like, is that the specimen? That's probably not the right word. What's the right word?
The item, the
nozzle.
the source.
Is that the source?
All right. Yes, Dr. or Mrs. Gross says, yes, that's the item.
I say, Dr. Grant, come look at this.
I come over and I pull out a magnifying glass.
I start like getting different objects out of my toolkit. Like I get like, I don't even know, Geiger counter.
That bar.
A Geiger counter out.
Yeah, you're like, it's like, all right. So Dirk, as the nerds are doing their nerd shit, you're standing there, and you hear the distinct sound, or two distinct sounds. You hear up above someone talking rather loudly, almost like command hand. You can almost like virtually see the command hand going.
Okay.
So there is some sort of something going on upstairs. But the other thing that you here is just one of the doors to this underground garage. On the other side of this door, you hear the distinct sound of somebody barfing.
Is it? Can I tell where the barfing is coming from?
Yeah.
Is that also up above?
No. It's on the same level as you, just on the other side of a door that's about 30 feet from you.
Is there any label on that door?
No, absolutely not. It's just a like a metal like safety door or something of that sort.
What type of room are we in?
You're in a large open. It's an underground garage.
Okay, and who's the officer dude who's leading us?
He never identified himself.
No, officer, agent.
He turns. Yes, sir.
I'll point to that door. What's that way? Is it the break? Is it the break room?
All right. He looks over at the door and he looks back at you and he says, "Oh no, sir, that's where we have the suspect."
Oh, the one who had the leaking luggage.
That's correct.
Ah, I see. I'd like to have a chance to talk to him later if that's at all possible.
You can do it. Yeah, you can do it now if you want to.
This is my guy, isn't it? The guy who fucked up.
Very likely.
Okay.
Okay, so all right. So the nerds are getting into their nerd shit now.
I have like a science cup. Why is my brain broken? I have a beaker. Like with,
I know. I think science.
I got my science cup.
Shannon, good lord.
I think whatever the radiation is affecting your brain.
It's past my bedtime. I have not a science cup, a test tube of like the coolant that was dripping.
Okay, yeah. All right.
A specimen cup, that's a thing. A specimen cup, sure, yeah.
Hours.
A petri dish.
Yeah.
A test tube is what I was going for, though.
Test tube. Gotcha. All right. So
and I have it corked. Like I'm going to take it with me to test further.
I think your superhero name should be Science Cup.
Yes.
I might change it.
Okay. So, as you're starting to look at this box, obviously you're gonna have to open it up to see what's inside it better. Dirk, are you standing there watching the nerd shit, or are you going to the door?
No, I'm thinking I'm gonna if he's gonna give me license to go, I think I'm gonna go to the door.
All right. The congressman is also very he's interested in the box, and so he looks over at Shoei and goes, he taps Shoei and goes, "Go with him. Make sure everything's okay. I'll stay with these two."
Very well, sir.
All right. The Dr. Weiss is like, "Oh, what do we have here?" And he comes up next to you and he's like looking. All right. Raul, you're being yelled at by the guard that's standing out just off the property, and he's yelling at Cannell about, you have no business being here, you have no authorization, you've gone and Cannell's like, "I turned the wrong fucking way, all right? I'm sorry. There's no way to turn around on this fucking road."
So we're at like a guard station. Is that what it is? I'm sorry.
It's really just a path that leads to this villa, and
Okay.
So there's like palm trees and shit on either side, and it's a big rutted one lane dirt road, and there's this guy standing there so it leads onto the grounds, but there's not like a gatehouse or anything like that. It's just a dude standing there like, next to a tree saying, "Hey, you can't go any further."
Okay. Senor, we're actually running very late. We need to get past here, please.
All right, he goes,
My idiot servant here has a terrible driver. He lost the keys. He's on his last leg. Either we give him a break, we get through here, or we both lose our jobs, honestly.
All right, he doesn't seem too he's nonplussed about this. So what he just kind of looks over his shoulder and he goes, "Hey, look, I feel you, but I feel bad for what you're saying, but no way, no. And he goes to say way again, and his head red mists.
Ah, Dios mío! I like roll the fucking window.
Roll up.
Fuck! Holy shit!
So he red mists toward you, and falls onto the hood of your Jeep.
Oh my god! What the fuck happened?
All right, so yeah, and Canel's,
Can I tell what happened? Like, did his head explode, or is it like did I notice is it like an exit wound thing or what?
Yeah, he was shot from behind, probably from a high caliber rifle.
Okay.
So he was just talking. He goes, "I don't," and Canel's now he's covered in this dude's egg, and he's like, "What? What? What the fuck?
Was this one of ours? What just happened?"
All right, and you're like, as you're saying that, Canel the body's laying up, and he kind of peeks up over the body like, what the fuck happened? And you see him duck as a round hits the seat behind him.
Go!
Oh, he starts driving. Make a perception check.
Shit. This is crazy. Plus 4. Oop. Son of a bitch. 18.
Nice. All right. So as he starts to drive, he's driving down this, and the body's just still sitting there. The guy still has his submachine gun slung over his shoulder. As you're going on this, so you reach over the window and you're grabbing it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it off of him, and it's stuck on his arm.
Right. So as you're wrestling with it, and the Jeep's bouncing as it's making its way towards the villa, you see that.
I'm wearing a white suit, by the way. This is not.
Absolutely.
So I now have red mist on one side of me.
Right, and you see armed men in matching uniforms running commando style across the road, they came from the cliff side, and they're running across the road towards this big house. And they're you see there's 5 of them. 4 of them are carrying compact submachine guns in their hands, and they're running. The other one guy has a fucking bazooka on his back, and he's running with it.
Jesus. And I don't know who these people are.
No. You've never seen them before, ever.
Ooh.
So, and there was you didn't hear the report of a weapon firing. So, it's not like the guard was hit by a hunting rifle or anything like that. It was, all you heard was zip. And
yeah, so it was a long distance.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So, those of you in the house, so Dirk, you and Shoei go to this door, and like I said, you hear this guy making this really gross noise. Just
I looked to Shoei and said, could have swore this probably was the break room.
Well, I'm not buying anything from the vending machine.
No, I don't recommend it. Not here. Probably hasn't been inspected by the FDA. I wouldn't trust it.
Okay.
Good role play, Brandon. Kick ass, brother.
So, are you guys going in?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the door opens and you see that there is a naked man, tied with, looks like leather belts to a metal office chair, and not a reclining office chair, one of the old school fucking tungsten metal chairs.
The super comfortable ones.
Right. And so he's strapped across his chest and across his legs, and then both of his arms are strapped to this chair. And then you see that, look, there's some sort of an apparatus, and from initially you open the door, it's completely dark in the room, and then as the light from the garage spills in, you see this guy, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you see that on this bare ass metal table in front of him, you see a car battery, and then there's cables running out of it and going up into the chair.
Ooh. Is there anybody else in the room?
Nope. And the guy's just going,
Dirk's going to walk over and he'll disconnect the cables from the battery.
Okay. All right. The guy seems to calm down a little bit.
Walk over to him and kind of lean down, like bending over at the waist, leaning down, and he'll do the quick flip of the badge, so you can't even really tell whether or not it's legit or not. And yeah, how's it going? Major O'Halloran, CIA.
All right. His head kind of lolls from side to side, and he looks at you and he says, "It's about time."
About time? Well, sure. Yeah, I would say it's probably about time that maybe you and I talk, and maybe you provide a little bit of information as to exactly why you felt the need to bring dangerous material, illegal material, onto this island.
Dirk, what the fuck are you talking about?
Talking about what they found in your suitcase, pal. Come on. I mean, you just had these cables hooked up to you. Do you really want to go through this process again? Now's the time when you start to answer some of the questions, tell some of the truths, right? Right? I mean, that's how this works, right?
All right, he says, Cruz. Wendell Cruz. State Department. United States State Department.
I'm gonna like look a little closer and clear some of the sweaty hair out of his face, and to see if I recognize him.
All right. Yeah. And now that you're looking at him, you're like, you've met a guy named Wendell Cruz before. Not somebody you're like close with, but it's certainly somebody you've met in like debriefings and shit pertaining to dealing with especially dealing with malice.
In the reports were usually submitted to him?
Not to him. He's just usually in the room. He's an agent of the State Department.
Right.
And he's on like some of the same committees as your bosses.
Gotcha. Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz, is it you?
He looks at him, says, O'Halloran.
What the hell's going on here? I'm going to look over at Show. Lock that door.
I'll lock the door.
All right,
what's going on here?
He shakes his head and he says, Who came with you? Who's that guy? Because Shoei's behind him. He kind of nods his head back, like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is that?"
He's with the detail that came along with the representative. It's fine. He's good. I'll start untying him.
All right. He's like stretching. He's like, "Representative, what? What do you mean?"
We're here on a. Weren't you aware of this, sir? We're here on a mission.
He shakes his head and he says, "No." He says, he goes, "Malice. It was malice."
What was malice? You gotta.
He says, "It's a trap. They're going after Weiss." And just as he says that, boom! The garage blows up above you.
Oh!
You guys are down below.
Yeah,
so
right.
There's a big explosion. Ba-boom! All All right. So, Raul, you guys are driving, and like I said, you saw a crew of 5 guys, and they stop just outside the building. You see the one guy with the bazooka. He kind of moves up and he kneels down and gets into position, and you're like, "What's that all about?" And all of a sudden, he fires it off, and you see it hit the building, boom, and it goes up. So now the building's on fire, and this whole section of the building is completely like disintegrated. And now they're moving towards the building. Everybody on the inside, you completely hear that. There's a big boom, and there's like dust and shit falling on you.
I do everything I can to make what did we call it? I already forgot.
The item,
Science cup.
Or the
source.
Yes.
Yeah, the source.
Science cup, yeah.
Yes, I do everything I can to make the science cup safe.
You cover it with your hand. That's the best model.
No, like I'm trying to because it was in a case, right?
Doesn't the science cup come with a science lid?
Yeah. What you did was you opened it up a little bit, and there is a
Science isn't that advanced.
There's several glass tubes with liquid in it, and then there's some sort of centralized apparatus that you've never seen before.
Actually, I take it back. I don't do any of that. I'm still working on it, like trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, and one of the glass containers has a crack in it, and you see that this goop is leaking out of it, and that's what you're like getting a sample of. So if you're not getting a sample, that's fine. But I do want you to both of you to roll a science roll, and I will roll one for Dr. Weiss.
How do hero points work? I'm going to use a hero point.
You can use a hero point. If you use that, then it is you consider
10.
that you rolled a 10, or you add 10 to your roll.
As long as it's below 10.
Right,
Exactly.
you roll it. Yeah.
All right, so I got a 19 plus science. I got a 26.
Okay. Pedro?
I rolled a 16. I don't know what I add to that.
Pedro, you are a savant. So Silver Star.
But okay,
Your science is plus 8.
is that on here?
It should be on the second page. Expertise.
I'm so
science.
upset that he has better science than me.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm changing.
Well,
No, I rolled a 16. I add 16.
well, you don't have the super intellect yet, so you only add 12 to your roll.
I only add 12.
Correct.
28.
Still not bad.
All right, so you're both sitting there and you're looking at it and you're like, the first thing that comes to your mind is, this is not of this planet.
Oh.
So it's being kept cool by this goop, and the centralized apparatus is like nothing you've ever encountered. As a matter of fact, it's way too small to be putting off the amount of radiation that it is putting off. It's almost as if it is a miniaturized thermonuclear device.
We need to get out of here.
No, we shouldn't be shooting rockets.
No, we need to keep working on this. We need to figure it out. Here, and I direct him to do
Dr.
to
Weiss
do something.
drops to his knees and starts crying. Oh, no, not again. No.
What's wrong, Doc? What's wrong?
And then the room goes boom.
I'm torn between saving myself and saving someone else.
That's the conundrum, huh?
Right.
I'm still trying to get him to work on the thing with me.
Well, after the explosion, we got to go.
We need to make sure this is stable. There are explosions.
We need to get off this island. This thing is nothing that we're capable of doing in just a few minutes. This is going to take years of study. We need to leave now, or we're all going to die. Shannon. Ms. Alba.
Doctor.
Sorry, Dr. Alba.
All right. I want everybody to roll initiative. So that's D20 plus your initiative bonus. If you look on your character sheet, you should have it. Some of you, I don't think anybody has improved initiative at this point.
Would that mean like the top box?
Let's see.
No, let's see.
They should say if you're looking on Roll20, it should be near the middle.
Oh, it's right
Yeah.
next to your offense.
Yes.
Aha!
I got a 5.
All right. So Brandon got a 5.
So my initiative says +6. That's not correct.
I don't think you get. No, you don't get the improved initiative yet. So it would just be a +2.
Okay.
I got an 18, Eric.
Okay.
I got an 8.
I rolled a 19, add 2, 21.
All right. Pete got a 21.
I also got a 5.
5.
Attaboy.
Thank you for showing us the 19. Okay, so there it is. All right, ooh, that's all right. So what happens is, and why you roll initiative is, there's a big explosion above, and things start to rock. One of the doors to the elevator that the hydraulic lift that brings cars up and down actually like tilts, so you can see now above into the destroyed part of the building. And what you see guys sliding down this tilted hydraulic lift, like feet first, with weapons in their hands. So they're going boots to the ground. But boom, they hit and they start to move, and they hit and they start to move. So as they're doing this, you guys are starting to go. So, Raul, what you're seeing is these 5 guys moving into the wreckage of this the portion of the building. And off to your left, you see another 5 guys taking up like defensive positions, and one of them spots you.
Ooh.
Okay. So first to act is going to be Pete. Pete, what are you doing? So the doc is on his knees. He's like crocodile tear crying over what he just saw. And he says, "Not again, not again, not again."
What is it, Doc? What is it? I try to scoop him up and try to get him to safety.
Okay, that's going to be a persuasion check on your part, because you're trying to crack him out of his stupor.
But he's only 4 feet tall. I'll just pick him up like a sack of potatoes.
Right, you're like twice his height.
Right. I'll just pick him up.
Okay, so you just got to manhandle him? Okay.
Yeah, I'll just throw him over my shoulder and
Okay.
Probably what he wants.
Don't spank. No more spankings. So you're just going to pick him up. That is actually going to be an athletics check then, because you're just going to, you're trying to move in what direction?
away from the explosion.
So towards the stairs you came down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make your athletics check.
Okay, this says +4.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes. Yours should still be +4.
All right. I rolled an 8. That's a 12.
All right. So you've got him. It's not great, but you've got him enough where you can still move. All right. So you pick him up and start to move towards the stairs. All right. Next to act is Dr. Alba.
The stairs. So he's walking up into a building that just exploded.
Yeah. Well, not the entire building. A portion of like the west section where the 3-car garage is completely leveled. He's headed towards the kitchen area. So
Okay.
Very likely this building is probably going to be needed to be torn down. Structurally, it's pretty damaged, but he's not going into like the smoking and burning area.
I give a sigh because I really don't want to stop working on this. But I'm also going to bring it with me. I'm going to close.
Okay, it's in a lead box. So
I'm going to close the lead box and then.
You close it. And you're going to try and drag it.
Oh, I guess I was thinking it was like something I could
No,
carry.
it is. It's like a foot locker.
Yeah.
But made of lead, so it's 1 billion pounds.
Exactly. So
And it ain't got wheels on it.
Yeah,
Because it's 1957 and nobody had thought of that yet.
right.
Okay,
They didn't even put the wheel in 1957.
I'll call out Well, Pete's busy and also ignoring me instead of listening to me.
You're ignoring me. I want to save our lives. You apparently want to die.
No, I think this thing's gonna cause more trouble if it's left
bring
here
it
in
with
an
you.
explosion.
Isn't Brandon there?
Somebody else's problem. I'm
Isn't
16.
Brandon there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoei, he's
No.
there. He's on the other side of the door, but he's certainly
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
we're
one
in-
person who's strong as shit.
We're in a room. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Sho,
I'm-
can you come out here?
Okay. You easily hear that, Brett. You heard the explosion, and then you hear Dr. Alba yell for you.
Well, when I heard the explosion, I would have been going to the congressman immediately. Anyway,
I'll take a free action as he's doing that, saying, "Go unlock that door."
I thought we were going out that door. Is that the two doors?
No, there's only the one.
All right, yeah, I'll unlock it when I go out. Then
Okay,
I'll
so-
lock it before I leave.
So,
though.
all right, Alba, you yell for him. Are you just going to defer your action until he gets there, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, I don't think I can carry this thing. I don't know. What's my athletics? I get a 2, and I already used my hero point.
Yeah. The congressman is actually he was standing on the other side of the device when the explosion happened, and so when that happened, he was actually not. He wasn't like caught up in the explosion, but he certainly got knocked to the ground. So he's kind of struggling to like right himself. He's like, ugh, like what the fuck just happened? So he's there. You're there. The others have moved on. So are you deferring or what are you doing?
Yeah, I guess I'm deferring.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask a representative to help me carry a giant lead box.
Okay. All right, Dirk, what are you doing?
I'm going to grab the State Department guy whose name now escapes me in the chaos.
Right. Yeah, you completely lost it. I don't know. I knew his name a minute ago.
It just blew right out of my mind. I don't know what happened.
It's Cruz.
And
Wendell Cruz.
wait. Oh my gosh. Wait, is this Ted Cruz's dad? He's going to kill JFK in 6 years.
We could change history right now.
Right now. It's like killing baby Hitler right here. I will pick up Mr. Cruz, and I will also go out the door
Okay.
and to make sure that everyone else is okay.
Okay. That is also an athletics check. You're picking up a grown man and carrying him. Now, that's not the end of the world. I mean, you certainly could. You're fit enough to do something like that.
Damn right I am. I rolled a 23, bitch.
Nice. So, yeah, you like fucking fireman carry this guy. All right. So you got him over your shoulder. You're waiting for Shoei to open the door. And it is Shoei's turn. Actually, it's Shoei and Raul. You're the same thing.
Right. I'll just go ahead and go out the door and towards the congressman.
Okay. So yeah, he's like he's got his hand on the lead box to like support his weight as he's starting to get up. And you see him, and he looks like he's been injured, but he's intact. It just looks like he was got his bell rung or something.
Sir, are you able to walk?
He goes, I don't know. What's going on?
The place went boom boom.
Yeah, and you see the armed guys sliding down the ramp there.
Oh, and there's guys coming to shoot us. So if you can walk, now's the time to do it.
I'll help Archie if you'll take this. If you'll take this box.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so that's gonna
Perfect.
require an athletics check for you, and it's not going to be an easy one because it is, like you said, 1,000,000 pounds.
A little, okay.
So an athletics check.
I can assist, can I?
The dice are on fire today.
What'd you get?
Oh, I got a 5, 6. I got a 6.
He just got a hernia is what he got.
Do you add anything to that?
Oh, that's all factored in there.
Yeah.
All right, so
I rolled the one. That's my second one in 2 rolls.
Oh. You may want to consider using a hero point.
Well, you may want to consider using hero point. I don't give that too much shit about the box.
all right, so you go to lift the box, and you're like, it must be
Yeah,
attached
this thing's
to the
heavy.
floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If it's bolted down, let's go. Clearly bolted down.
Son of a bitch. I'm going to try and carry this fucking box. I hope I roll a 20 and I get to show you up.
I hope you do too, because I have no ego. I just want people to live.
Oh, I only rolled a 10, so I got a 12.
Well, that's a lot better than me.
I lift it up. I at least get it up off the ground.
I'll be out there shortly, Doctor. I may be able to.
When I see you lift the box, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know it had handles. That'd have been a lot easier.
handles. Look at what modern science has developed.
All right, so Shannon, you're doing your held action. You're going to try and lift it up now, or what are you doing?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, what'd you roll?
I got a 12.
Okay, so both of you are now struggling with this box that is very clearly bolted to the floor.
No. I wanna just get like I'm not able to carry it, but I just got like it off the ground this much to show him up.
It moved.
Yeah, like Mjolnir when Captain America tried to lift.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone died. I can't watch the Twitch chat anymore.
I clearly loosened that up for you.
So, all right, so it moves a little bit, but that's about it. Okay, Raul, what are you doing? These guys, the guys on the outside have seen you.
And they're aiming at me or something?
One guy has a submachine. Actually, no. One guy has a long rifle with what looks like some sort of silencing apparatus on the end of it. And he sees you and is like, oh. The guy next to him sees him like note what he was looking at, and you see him and he's talking into a radio.
And I don't recognize these dudes at all.
No, okay. Let me give you an example. I don't know if I think I can add it to our chat here.
Because these guys aren't Malice, right?
They are not Malice.
Okay, so these guys could just be like locals or like some rebel group or something.
It very easily could be. You've never seen them before.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it could be anybody.
Yeah. Here, let me do this. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out a way I could show you the picture of what they look like. Let's see.
Link it in the chat of the Zoom.
I don't know how to do that.
You click chat at the bottom and you just copy and paste the link.
You should be able to throw the image from your library and roll 20 onto the big C there.
Oh, yeah, if you have it that way, too, I guess. I don't really know how you have the picture, so.
Yeah. Without totally disrupting what I got going on with the...
You're fine. I mean, I'm assuming they're just like some guerrilla war guys.
Nope. They are in red, like
henchmen.
They've got blue tops with say snake eyes like masks over their face, so all you see is their eyes.
Yeah.
It's blue, and then they're wearing red jumpsuits belted with yellow belts with pouches on them, and then in the middle of their chest is a stylized red fist.
Oh shit! They're Black Panthers.
or no. Red Panthers, because they're
Red Panthers. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell my friend here driving the Jeep, drive through them, go, and I'm gonna try and shoot out the window. I'm gonna shoot one of them.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and place your shot.
So if I'm shooting, I don't have the skill.
Yeah, it would be under your ranged attack.
Ranged attack,
which is just essentially your agility. It would be your agility.
So 20 plus my agility.
Correct, and you're firing a. Let's see here, a submachine gun. So yeah, so D20 plus your agility.
Okay. And is it just one bullet, or is it like multiple?
A submachine gun has multi-attack, so you could attack multiple people. The way that works is you take a minus for those that you are. Let's see, 143. Let me get the rule real quick. 143. Make sure I'm not making things up. And yes. To use multi-attack against a single target, you attack as normally. If successful, you get +2 for every degree of success that you succeed, and +5, or +2 for 2 degrees of success, +5 for 3 or more. If you want to attack multiple people, then you take a -5 penalty to each attack.
Oh.
So you're either putting a bunch of bullets in one person, or you're splitting them up amongst multiple targets.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot one guy.
Okay, which one?
I would.
Rifle guy or
The rifle
radio
guy. Yeah, the guy who because he was the guy who saw me, right? The rifle guy.
The rifle guy saw you. The radio guy looked over to see what he was looking at, and he's getting on his radio.
Shooting the radio guy.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right. So that's just a single D20 roll plus your agility.
16.
Yeah.
So that's your total.
Yeah.
Okay. Versus his dodge 16. That is a single degree of success. So you get +2 to the damage. The damage of a submachine gun is DC 19. So he is now looking at a DC 21 on his toughness save.
Fuck.
And he rolls a 9. So this is a deadly weapon. So you go, you 3-round burst, hit him,
Nice.
and he drops. So radio guy is on his radio. All of a sudden he goes, and he drops.
Sweet. Santa Merde. That's
Right.
holy shit, by the way.
I like it. You've been Googling curse words.
I have Google Translate up.
Good for you. All right. I mean, that's awesome, man. Way to use the internet. I love it.
All right. So the guy. So you shot the radio guy. So the other attack, the long rifle guy is going to shoot, but he's shooting at your driver.
No.
So, and at a moving target, the round goes through the window, or through the open window because you're in a Jeep. So it just kind of goes right between you guys.
Oh, so close.
So close. All right, and so then he fires his round. The one radio guy goes down. His comrades are see what's going on. So next round they're going to be able to act against the Jeep that's barreling down on them. All right, so your driver, he's got to maintain his cool while he's driving here. Natural 20. He's hard ass.
It's those fucking cigarillos he's been smoking.
That's right. It's hardened him. All right, so he's on course. He's barreling straight towards them. And as the guys are now training the weapons. Now you've got the body of the security guard or the cop over the. You got a little bit of a body shield there, so that helps. Okay, so now we're back around to Pete.
Yes.
All right, so the doc's over your shoulder, and
Yes.
he's mumbling something in German.
That's perfect. I speak German, Portuguese, Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
Actually, if you look on your character sheet, you speak English, German, and Russian.
Why don't I speak Hawaiian? I'm a quarter Hawaiian.
Okay.
It's just because you're a quarter Hawaiian doesn't mean you know how to speak it.
The only Hawaiian you know of the 50s is, how about a nice Hawaiian punch?
So that's fine if you want to be able to speak.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not, but
All right. So he's speaking in German, and he's talking about something about Project Walrus.
cuckoo. I don't know what is. Have I ever heard him talk about that before?
Nope, not at all. So, all right. So what are you doing?
Well, I'll ask him as we're trying to escape. Is there a way out? Is there a way to go? Or
He shakes his head and he says, he goes, Pete,
What?
The coolant. How much coolant was left in the cracked container?
I have an eidetic memory. How much was left?
About a quarter.
A quarter.
All right. You feel him go slack, and he goes, "It's too late." All right.
I stop. I stop.
Okay.
He says it's too late. There's no point in running anymore.
Okay. Shannon, what are you doing?
Do I hear the doctor saying that?
You're trying to lift the container? They've already ran out of the garage. He's.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize they were that far.
Mhm.
All right. I guess I'm still just. I'll wait and see if some big strong man will help me carry this. So I'm deferring. I know. Apparently, I do.
Okay.
I roll terribly. I already used my hero point.
Dirk, what are you doing?
If I see her struggling with that thing, I will. I'll go running up to the doctor, and I'm gonna try and like Superman it, and I'm gonna try and carry this thing while I've got the Gomez on my shoulders.
Interesting. Okay. That's.
Oh my god! No! I'll carry the guy. I'm sure I can carry a guy.
All right, help him. Don't careful. Watch out. He's naked.
Oh.
Oh.
Naked and sweaty.
Wait,
yes.
hold on. You were carrying him fireman style, so it was just like.
It's actually he's got like the imprints. I've got his like nut imprints on my polo shirt. So I got my
He was all sweaty, right? Yeah.
Just greasy nuts on your shoulder.
Yeah.
He's got.
I
I have an alligator polo, and so now he has it imprinted on his business.
Yeah, and I believe they call that the snorkel. By the way.
I will. I'll kind of like flip him ass over tea kettle, so everything like flips over the front way, and so it flops in her direction, and then so I can set him back first into Shannon's or into the doctor's arms.
Okay.
And she can like fireman drag him out.
Right.
I drop him. I just got a naked man put into my arms.
No.
I'm not ready for that.
No, we have to. We've got to go.
No, I'm saying I'd be surprised. I would drop him.
Okay.
Yeah, so he hits the ground.
I'm not saying I'm dropping him because I'm like and I drop him.
Oh, jeez. All right. Hold on. Here.
He's naked.
Yes, I know. He is also sweaty, so you have to hang out really tight.
Was he actually naked? Was he already naked?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can I use science to wake him up?
Oh,
Wasn't this guy vomiting too?
Yeah.
So isn't he like sick because they're throwing him all around?
He's covered in sweat and vomit. Yes.
You said he is awake?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, he is awake. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Then I'm gonna try and have him
So
put
you're
his
trying to
arm
support
around
him
me.
instead of carrying him.
Yeah, I don't want to touch a naked man.
Okay.
Well, hey, sorry.
All right. So you're trying to support him. That's fine. He'll do that.
All right. I'm going to attempt to not give myself a hernia like Show did.
Okay. Go ahead and make your athletics check to lift this heavy ass box.
Oh my gosh! Nobody can lift this effing box.
He rolled exactly the same. Exactly the same.
pelvic muscles
I'll tell you,
were
that thing's both
shooting
to the ground.
across.
We gotta get out of here.
Oh my god.
All right.
You just hear this big spring right from my midsection.
That's right. Shoei, what are you doing?
Use your hero point, Chris.
I have not used. You know what? I have not used my hero point. What does that actually do in the game?
You get a reroll. If it's below 10, you add 10 to your roll. So 1 to 9, you add 10 to your roll.
All right.
Otherwise, you just.
I'm going to use it. We got to get this thing out of here. This is important. This is important to the country.
This is possibly the MacGuffin.
Hey.
So what'd you get?
20.
All right. So
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Well, look in the
I mean,
roll.
it's right there. It's on the roll 20.
I can't see it.
It's got
That's
to be.
because you don't know how to join Roll20.
Not my problem, man.
oh, he's just assaulted.
That's not Roll20, Jason. That's Zoom.
That's
it's still loading.
Shit.
Well, you won't see it now because the page
Jesus.
is loading.
Fucking rude ass motherfucker with the dipshit. Jesus. I think we got plenty of ammo to shoot at you, old man.
All right.
What's email? I don't know my password to nothing.
Oh, I know my password for plenty of shit, just not for all the extraneous crap that we got to do all the time.
I use the same one for everything.
Well, that's brilliant.
1, 2, 3,
It's
4, 5, 6.
password.
That's what you said. You said you use the same one for everything.
But I don't.
Okay.
Man, you're a liar, motherfucker.
Well, you just said that you did.
All right,
No,
let's get back to
Oh my God.
the fantasy
All
world.
right, we're 3 minutes over. All right, so Shoei, what are you doing?
I'm locating the congressman that she just turned her back to for a naked man,
Okay.
and I'm grabbing him, and we're heading.
Okay.
Yeah, because you didn't take the box.
The box is bolted to the ground.
Dirk just ripped those bolts up. Apparently.
Dirk just ripped it up.
Got it. Let's
Well, we loosened it for him.
That's right. Okay, so you Dirk picks up the box and was like, I got it. You pick up the congressman. All right. Raul, what are you doing? You're-
I'm deferring. I'm waiting to see if we hit
There's
the truck.
3 guys with rifles. They're gonna fire before your
Oh.
driver goes.
All right, I'll shoot.
Okay.
And this is. I don't think this is on this sheet for me to roll on this. So we'll just do the same roll.
Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa, the dice are getting hot. We can't quit now.
So what's your total?
20. It's right there in roll 20. I don't know if you see it.
I would have to switch over to the camera.
Oh.
So
He got
Yeah,
a
that's
20.
funny.
I can vouch for
Also, the people on Twitch can't see it,
Right.
so
right.
20.
So natural 20.
No, it's
Oh,
19 plus 1.
Your total is 20. Okay. All right. So that exceeds their dodge by 2 factors.
Yes.
So that's plus 5 to your damage. So
Hell yeah.
instead of needing a base 19 plus 5, so he needs a 24 toughness roll. And he rolls a 7.
Yeah.
3-round burst, takes out another one. All right, so now there's 2 of them shooting at your 2 submachine guns and 1 sniper rifle. So,
Oh God.
submachine gun, miss. Submachine gun number 2. This one's going at your driver. That's also they're just hitting the Jeep at this point. And
Yes.
the sniper rifle is going.
Oh yeah.
to the
Don't we have like cover or something because we're in the Jeep? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so the Jeep's taking the brunt of this. And then the sniper rifle, that is a dodge 16 on your part.
Oh.
So
That's
what
not
is-
good.
What is your dodge, Machismo?
Uh,
It's dodge of 14.
It's your agility plus.
So that hits you. So you're going to need to make a toughness save. And
don't I roll my dodge?
3. Yeah, no, that's just your defense. It determines whether it hits you or not. And then you're going to roll your toughness, which your toughness save is going to be DC 19.
Hero point.
Okay.
What do I do with that? I just add 10.
You re-roll, and if it's less than 10, you add 10 to the roll. If it's greater than 10, you keep it.
Well, it's greater than 10. It's 18, but
Okay.
that's not enough. I don't think.
Your roll is 18 or your total is 18?
My total is 18.
Okay. So you take a bruise.
Okay.
All right. So what that means in game terms is that your target numbers are now going up, or you could subtract from your roll. But as Cannell plows into these guys, Dirk, you're holding the box, and you see there's a some sort of a dial on there, but it's not. It doesn't have like alphanumerics. It has some sort of weird symbols on it, and you see the dial just go click. And that's where we end tonight.
Ooh.
Wow.
So,
Dope.
in game terms, next time we meet, which will be next week on the 13th, we will be live again. And we will begin 3 years in the future after you have recovered from this bizarre bomb that went off and gave you your powers.